Welcome you guys, we're back in the dining room and look what we got, a 440 all dressed. Boy, this is going to be a challenge, isn't it? Hi, my name is Nick and welcome to my shop. You know, I've been working on cars for 52 years, but I've never worked on one or even built one, a long induction system, big block Mopar, like this 1963 Chrysler 300J. Yep, this is the first time I built one. I should say I rebuilt the engine. Then of course we did some dyno testing with it, and the only thing left to do right now is take it for a road test. But you know, like I always said in the past, you don't know what's going to come through my door. So I just want to show you guys what Mark from Massachusetts has brought to me. Let's go in the dining room and take a look. And here it is. This is a 440 with the long induction system. Yes, of course, he wants to put it into his 1975 Chrysler Cordoba. Yeah, it's not original, but it is very unique. It is a heavy car, and what you need with a heavy car like that, you need torque. And now we're just gonna make a little test here. I wanna show you guys how this thing operates and what this induction system was designed for. This induction system was designed to have maximum torque under 3,000 RPM. But I've been trying to get this thing to make a test under 3,000 at full throttle, wide open throttle I should say, and get the torque readings under 3,000. I haven't achieved that goal yet, but I'm going to warm it up. I'm going to try again so you viewers can see what this induction system was designed for.
This unusual induction system is stretching the abilities of Nick's dynamometer. Most engines he tests need to rev up a little to hit their maximum torque figure. But the beast Nick has in the dyno cell today is making so much torque at lower RPMs that the dyno hasn't been able to get an accurate reading. Today, Nick is going to see if he can trick the dyno into making some tests down low.
I've been working with this engine. I maxed out the air-fuel ratio that I needed. I maxed out the timing. So this engine is running pretty good. But the only thing I want to do is I keep trying to get a reading, maximum torque under 3,000 RPM. It's not an engine issue, it is a problem with the dyno I'm trying to do. I've done torque numbers under 3,000 RPMs with the small blocks, but this big block gives me a hard time. Yes, it is a torque monster. We pulled that over way over 500 foot-pounds of torque at 3,000 RPM, but I want to get it a lot less than that, so I want to show on paper because I believe we are getting a lot more than 550 pounds of torque under 3,000. So what I need to do is want to warm it up and then get it running and see what we can do. But I also want to say something else. This may look like the same intake system like the one on the 413, but it may look the same, but it is not. This is a long induction system. It's called a long ram. If you look at a division line right here on this runner, it goes all the way from the cylinder head all the way to the carburetor. This is designed to have maximum torque under 3,000 RPM. Now on the 413, on Mike's Chrysler 300J, his intake induction system is only halfway. That engine was designed to have maximum torque around 3,400 RPM. But this unique piece is a long ram. It should be making it under 3,000. And that is what I'm trying to achieve today with you viewers, if you guys want to watch and see what I go through.
And you may have noticed something else a little different about the engine on the dyno today. This one is sporting a beautiful selection of belt-driven accessories.
Every engine I've dyno tested that I've shown on my YouTube, every engine I've dyno tested was called brake horsepower. Brake horsepower is just the engine itself, the horsepower at the flywheel. But in this case, in the industry, the automotive industry, 1972 and newer, every engine was rated net horsepower. Net horsepower is when all the accessories are on the front of the engine. The compressor, the alternator, the water pump, and of course all of the pulleys, power steering, or whatever comes with the car. So whatever test we do right now with all the accessories on the front of the engine, it's called net horsepower, not brake horsepower. So just to show you guys the difference, this is the first time we're doing net horsepower, and the numbers that I've been getting, the 550 plus foot-pounds of torque with all the accessories, is damn good. I also wanted to say on this same engine, just to let you guys know, when I brought it into the dyno room, I had it started with a 4-barrel torquer intake manifold. So my customer goes, Nick, get the engine running with the 4-barrel and see what you get, the numbers compared to the 4-barrel versus this long ram system. So I did, and here are the results. On the 4-barrel, just to let you guys know, if you guys listen real good, at 4,400 RPM, we pulled out 523 foot-pounds of torque. And horsepower, at 5,500 RPM, we pulled out 485 horsepower. That was the maximum we pulled out on the 4-barrel. Then we went to the long induction system. Okay, now I did a few tests, I figured out the timing, the air-fuel ratio, just like I did the same thing with the 4-barrel. And this is what surprised me. This engine, for whatever I could do with the dyno, at 3,000 RPM, not 4,400 RPM, at 3,000 RPM, we pulled out 557 foot-pounds of torque at 3,000. But I want to try to see if I could do it less right now. And horsepower was only at 4,500 RPM, we pulled out 404 horsepower. So we lost roughly 80 horsepower, but we gained like about 50 foot-pounds of torque. When you have a 75 Chrysler Cordoba, big heavy car, what you look for is torque. And this engine is a torque monster. And if Mark, you're watching, this is what you need, is a torque monster. And this intake manifold, I know it performs even better below 3,000 RPMs. And right now, my goal is try to get it to get recorded and see what horsepower I can get, if I can, under 3,000 RPMs. And Manny and I were trying to figure out how we're gonna do that. I've done some tests, but all I kept reading was 3,000 RPM acceleration. Okay. Now, controlling the servo valve, you said to bring it all the way out.
Yes.
So the further out you bring it, the
more pressure that you apply to the absorber.
Yes.
So that it can hold the engine back. Because right now your problem is you don't have enough RPM on the motor.
That's right.
It's got more torque. So you need a way to hold it back, and without more water pressure, you can't hold it back.
Okay. And I've done it on small blocks. I had no issues under 3,000 RPM. But this torque monster, I just can't do it. I'm going to get it running, try it again, but what are your thoughts?
Well, what I'd like to do is loosen this bolt here, like that, and just see how far out we can go.
I've taken it out all the way.
I think you're right. I don't think it'll go any further.
I don't think so. Unless we, you know what, Manny, can I say something?
Go ahead.
Let's make a test the way it is. It's all the way out. And
we add pressure
you
anywhere
take a look what goes on. Let's make a test.
Okay.
Like I've done before.
Sounds good.
And we'll take it from there.
As far as it goes, and it won't come out, so.
So you brought it out all the way.
It's maxed out.
That's the way I did it also. Okay.
What else do we have as an option, Nick?
What else do we have?
You have a water feed for boosting.
It is.
Okay, which is this guy here, which adds pressure to the whole unit.
Could it be possible we don't have enough volume?
That's a lot of volume we have, Nick. That valve that was given to us by one of the viewers,
yes,
is a high flow valve. It's there's really not much left.
Well, you know
I wish
what?
there was.
Let's get it warmed up.
All
Let's
right.
try it.
Okay.
Maybe. And you look at the numbers on the screen.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
All right. I'll keep a view on. Keep it in my sights and see what we can get.
Okay, I'm gonna start her up.
Okay. Water's on. Power's on.
Switch is on. Let me warm it up, okay?
You go.
Here we go. You know, I just want to say something. This induction system, okay, we don't have a choke on. We don't have heat tubes to warm up the intake manifold. It's going to take a while to warm it up. You know, in this case, you know, it's a cold engine. We have no choke set up on it. And not only that, we need heat passage from the exhaust system going down the intake manifold to warm up the base of the carburetor. So we're going to have good, what's the word they use?
Atomization of fuel.
Atomization of the fuel. But in this case, we don't have it. So we're going to take a while to warm it up. And let's take it from there.
Stay tuned, guys.
Here we go. Okay, Manny, I'm going to start it, okay? Warm it up. Should be good. In this case, it took longer than usual because I don't have an electric water pump, so I could shut off and let it run and build up heat much faster. But it's belt driven, so the water pump is working all the time. So for that reason, we have to help it warm it up. Okay, I think we're all ready to go. Just gonna try to get the air fuel ratio on idle, which I had it previously. There we go. They're both balanced. Okay. So now that man is here, I want to show him what exactly is happening. Our friend John is here. Our friend George is here. And of course we got Val here. And of course, you know, every time we have an engine on the dynamometer, no matter what time of the day, when there's a crowd, they'll always come into this room to see what's going on.
I have an idea.
Yes, sir.
When you start loading it,
Yes.
if I put the float down a little bit before, you give me the thumbs up. What it'll do is it'll overfill the tank. It'll close the valve off. When you release it, it should give you just a few more pounds of pressure.
Okay, but do you want to, before we do that, I need to heat
Yeah,
the
let's try it.
Check,
Oh, heat
look,
up the
come
block.
over here. I have it set at 2,700 RPM.
Okay.
Look what happens. And then
All right.
check also right here. Are you
Okay.
ready? Okay, here we go. So you got to look at your number.
I got it.
You got to look at your number. Of course, the servo valve.
Okay.
And look at this, it's balanced. Air fuel ratio, idle RPM.
It's perfect.
And we got lots of vacuum for power brakes.
Sounds
So
good,
this
Nick.
is a good package. All right, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. And I'm going to try to hold it if I have to. Watch
Okay.
this. Here we go.
That is insane. Was I seeing 570?
I also forgot to tell our viewers, I wanted to show them on the screen, I had the computer set at 2,700 RPM,
Yes.
like so.
That's right.
Look, to get it started at a lower RPM. But I can't get it. I got it 29, 3,029.
This dyno can't pull lower than that with this much torque.
So this, so I,
We need to find a way to boost the water pressure.
okay.
The only thought that I had was when I'll give you a signal when I'm overfilling the tank.
Okay.
When I release it, it'll give you just a few seconds of higher pressure because it won't be bleeding in from the tank. It'll be higher. So as it's pulling down, it drops pressure.
That's right.
That would maybe give you enough
So you want to hold it up.
Hold it down and then overfill it and then let it pull on its own. And that way you have a few seconds of overboost.
Okay, so let's try something. Let me tell you. Okay.
But you got to release it fairly quickly once we go.
I know then
It's
you
like,
gotta run.
I'll
out
give
of
you
it.
a signal. I'll stay behind the absorber.
Okay, now I'm gonna be holding the load,
Yeah.
and when I push that button,
Just before, when I give you a signal go, is when I'm going to release it, you hit the button.
got it.
Okay.
Okay, I put back my O2 sensors. See, we got the same torque, 552
Yeah.
at 3,000. And if I remember correctly, I've seen 560 under 3,000 RPM.
And you're trying to hold the torque.
Yes, and I'm trying to hold the torque and get that reading of 560 on my paper.
Yeah.
And I keep achieving 3,000 when I set it at 2,700 RPM.
She can't go lower.
I wish I can. I've done it with the small blocks.
Yeah, but Nick, this is a stump puller. This
Okay,
thing-
you know what? Well, okay, I'm ready to.
You ready?
I'm ready. Now, don't forget, while you're back there, I'm going to be full throttle.
I know.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
Ready?
The fan. I got to cool down the engine a bit. It's 195 degrees.
It's perfect.
Look, I don't have an electric water pump. It's all driven. I have to let it run. It's going to cool down by itself, okay?
As soon as you're ready, you let me know and I'll go in.
Okay, you let me know when you're ready.
You ready?
I'm good.
Anything?
Manny, maybe I should have held it longer. It was at 31.
Where was the previous one?
3,000, we did 552. Now we're at 550. But you know what? I had to hold it. But you were giving me the signal before I had a full throttle.
Yeah, because I have to leave. I have to let it go before. Because I'm holding it down to try and get more water in.
Try it again.
Yeah, let's try it one more time.
Okay, give me a sec. You don't know what happened full throttle.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Same thing, 3,000. Same thing.
But you were a bit early. Nick was not even, he
Yeah.
was halfway.
I go down slowly, and then when it stabilizes, that's when you should give me the signal. But can you hear that? No, eh?
I can't tell.
I know, you can't hear it. I know.
You know what?
What?
You give me a hand signal, okay? And
Okay.
I'll release
Yes,
it.
yes.
Okay, sounds
Fair
good.
enough.
Sounds good. Boy, this is going to be a challenge, isn't it? Okay, here we go. I'm trying to get that under 3,000. Again, 3,000. But look, now we're getting something decent. Look at that. 569 at
See, that's
3,000
what I was looking
RPM.
for.
There we go. I didn't get it at 27, but this is crazy numbers.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And if there was
Look
a
at
way,
this. Look at the crazy numbers.
if
Look.
there, if there was a way to provide more pressure,
Yeah.
we'd probably be able to get it a hold button.
So in other words, we have a little bit of slippage. That's why we were showing 550 torque.
Correct.
Now that you're holding more water supply, we got 569.
Exactly.
And I knew that this engine had more torque than 550.
Oh, it probably has a lot more.
This is
but
crazy
570, look at that.
We're at 569 at 3,000 RPM. 569. It's crazy.
The reality,
Horsepower is what? 407, 408. Who cares about horsepower when you got torque like this?
listen, at the end of the day, when you put this in the car, it's going to have over 570.
I believe so.
Way higher.
I know, because you know under the car the torque converter absorbing all the RPM and the load of the car if you don't spin the tires.
At the end of the day, this is going to be cooking
This
tires.
is crazy, man.
Left, right, and center.
569 foot-pounds of torque at 3,000 RPM. And this is a full 40. It's not a stroker.
Yeah, but Nick,
This is crazy.
Chrysler built that intake for a reason, buddy.
Shall we try one more
I
time?
do pass.
I don't know. I mean, this is crazy. Check these numbers. Check these numbers. He's at his maximum torque. So the moment he pushes that gas pedal, he's gone.
gone.
He's gone. Check out the curve, you guys. Check out the curve.
And it's still going up. Look at that.
Horsepower is good.
Yeah.
Horsepower is good, Nick.
I know 407 horsepower.
And what were you doing?
569. But look. If
No,
you
no,
take
I know.
a good look, we can't catch it under 3,000 RPM. There's
No, you
more torque available.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the graph. Look at this. You see, it's not a straight line, it's up. That means if we can lock it under 3,000 RPM, we might achieve 575.
Yeah. The only problem, Nick, is, again, seeing this kind of torque, you know there's more.
Yeah.
It's like, and you're turning, what was the 4-barrel giving us horsepower-wise?
Look at this. With the 4-barrel, look at this. With the 4-barrel, you got to rev it high to get your torque at 4,400 RPM,
That's
which
right.
was 524
That's
or
crazy.
523.
That's right.
Horsepower came out at 5.5, 45 horsepower, 5,500 RPM. Then, when you put on the long ram, like we have right now, the torque at 3,000 was 556. Also, again, with your water thing, we got 569 at 3,000 RPM.
What I'm looking at is, look at this.
And the horsepower, look at the horsepower.
Look what you're gaining right off the top.
I know.
It's crazy.
It's over 70 foot-pounds of
80.
torque.
80 foot-pound of torque. Wouldn't you trade the torque for the horsepower on a car like
70
this?
foot-pounds of torque.
Definitely.
We changed, and not only that, it's 1,000 RPM less.
That's right.
You got a maximum torque of 570 foot-pounds of torque.
Yeah.
Of course, this is going in a
Cordoba.
75 Chrysler Cordoba. It's a big, heavy car.
Oh my God.
And you know,
Can you imagine the look on people's face when it pulls away from a stop?
Yeah.
It's like, what the?
you know when he makes a full stop and he accelerates? I sure hope he has a sure grip
Yeah.
because he's going to spin those tires.
Oh yeah.
Big, heavy car like that.
Oh,
What
yeah.
do you need horsepower when you got torque like this?
Yep. Yep. It's always been the answer, man.
569. I got to print this.
Horsepower is good,
I gotta
but
print
torque
this.
makes it happen.
This is too much. I got to tell this to Mark.
It's a Cordoba.
I know it's not even a stroker
It's a
engine.
street car. It's like a cruiser.
And it's not turbocharged, not supercharged.
It doesn't need
it's
it.
naturally aspirated with a long ram induction system.
You know, if you were to throw a 4-speed in this car, throw a 4-speed in. It's just it's limitless.
I know. But you know what? This is crazy.
This is diesel territory.
Now it's nighttime right now. If it was any earlier hours of the day, I would have called Superflow to give us a hint what we can do.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, you know, we're going to try what we can. You know, here we are late at night as usual. We're going to try to do the best we can. But no matter what, but for next time, I'd like to learn something how the Superflow could work with the high torque monster under 3,000 RPM.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
But
call
in the
them.
meantime, this is doing great numbers. Okay?
Yeah.
This thing is doing great numbers.
It's a first at Nick's garage. An engine that has too much torque down load for the dyno to measure as it's currently set up. But Manny wants to try one more idea before they call it a night.
Have you tried putting it to 26 just to see if we can, if the computer will hold it back another 100 thou?
Let's try it.
Let's try it.
Let's go.
Because I just need a little bit more buffer.
This is crazy numbers, man.
Heck,
This is
it's a
crazy.
freight train.
It is. For a naturally aspirated engine, this is great numbers, you guys. Okay, here we go. We're going to go to 26 like we said, eh?
Yeah,
Let's try it. Here we go. How about 25? I had a 27.
Try 25, you're right.
Okay, 25. Here we go. I hope it does a miracle, man. You know, this is something new to me because I never had this
You never
issue.
had to go this low.
That's right. I mean, how often do I work on a long run? I had one not long ago, just lately with Mike, and now we got another one.
This will be good. Let's try it, Nick. There's only one way to find out.
Okay, here we go. 25,
Yeah.
5,000. What an engine. You don't even have to go above 5,000 RPM.
Why kill it?
Okay, I'm ready.
It'll
And
give you what you
I'm
need.
looking at this, I'm looking at that, I'm looking at three things and I can't focus at each all
Okay.
of them.
I'm just looking at you.
Okay, I'm ready. When I hold it, and then
You got
when I
it.
press it, wait, I'm gonna hold it.
When you're
Then I
pressing it,
press it, it takes a second. That's where I'm gonna go
Okay,
like this,
perfect.
okay?
That's
ready?
perfect.
Okay.
I'll
Here we
turn
go.
on the fan as soon as you get it running.
I'm ready. Let it cool down a bit. No, same thing. Same thing.
It won't. It
It
just
won't go under 3,000. So it is
No.
what it is. It is what it is.
Hey, you know what, Nick? Those numbers are pretty awesome.
569,
in anybody's book.
560. I know. It is what it is.
The only thing left would
I
be
mean,
to
now
call.
we're just fighting for a few pounds of torque, but
No, we're fighting for a few RPM.
I know this has its potential of 570 plus under 3,000.
I still can't get enough of that pumping action coming from the carburetors.
Oh yeah?
That is just crazy.
Oh, well, you know what? Anyways, in the meantime, I'm going to leave this to this. I'm going to show it to my client, Mark. Come see what we got. You know, I'll leave it on the dyno until he comes here in a couple of days. I'm going to go through the same thing we went. You know, like what we got here is great numbers. Great numbers whatsoever.
You can't
argue.
argue.
Beat that. I mean, look at this.
Okay, if you round up, 569 is actually 570.
I know.
And if you look at 490, which is the 4-barrel,
Yes.
that's 70 plus 10. So
Of
you're
course.
at 80.
We're almost 80 foot-pounds
So-
of torque with this induction system.
And you're not beating it. You're not hurting the motor by screaming it through the RPM range.
I know. Under 5,000, we got everything.
Yeah. And,
And
at the
it's not a race car.
No.
It's a cruise car.
That's right.
It's a heavy car.
Yep.
And what you need is torque. And
And-
this thing has it.
oh yeah, in spades. This thing actually comes off the line. Even think of it this way: in high gear, you're cruising along, you accelerate, and the thing just blows the tires loose, Nick.
know.
It's a lot of torque.
I know. This is crazy, man. Look, if you look at the figures right here, you guys, it's all there. What more can you ask for?
You know, horsepower numbers are great.
Okay.
Torque numbers are what get you down the road. Even if it didn't have the horsepower or the torque. Look at this presentation. I mean, you got to give it points. Chrysler was on their A game when they built this.
You know, Mark's goal was supposed to go to car shows,
Right.
open the hood,
Yep.
and let people see what he's got.
That's impressive.
And this is something in the early 60s.
Okay.
And he's got a 75 Chrysler Cordoba. It is a Chrysler, going into a Chrysler. And this is net horsepower.
Yep.
With all the accessories belt driven. So
That's
this is what you guys call net horsepower. And you know, we lose about what? 20, 15, 20 horsepower with the belt driven accessories?
You lose quite a bit. Take off 10
Okay.
to be, because it's a rib belt, it's not a V-groove. So
Okay.
you lose less. But just the same, you're losing power.
He's also got a compressor there.
That's right.
Water pump.
That's right.
Alternator.
That's right.
Power steering.
Idlers.
And a couple of idlers.
Yep.
You know what, you guys? This is a good package.
This
All I
is a
know-
pretty engine.
It is a nice setup. And these are carburetors of 500 CFM each. That's what Mark bought. Of course, when we brought them here, they were running very, very rich. So what we did is we had to lean it out.
Okay.
And of course, we fixed the timing to best location, which was 36 degrees. He's got a set of aluminum elbow block heads with a roller hydraulic camshaft in this application. 440 elbow block heads.
That's right.
Nice package.
Absolutely.
There you guys have it. There's only one question.
What's that?
How is Mark going to put this in his car when he's got a power brake unit right here?
Remote. We could talk to him about.
Unless he goes
Remember the one that we did for the Lincoln?
hydro boost?
Not even.
No?
He could do a remote. He could
Okay.
do a
Oh,
single
yes.
pot with a remote.
Just like that Chrysler 300.
That's right.
I want to thank our viewers for staying with us here, watching us playing around with a long run induction system. Rare and very strange, and you know, something we don't usually work with very often. It's the first time and the second time within the same month. 2 long run induction systems from Chrysler.
Thank you to the owners of these incredible historic engines for choosing to bring them to Nick's Garage and share them with our viewers. And thanks to our viewers for watching and for the wonderful things they send in the mail.
All right, it's mail time. My favorite time, of course. Time to open the mail that my beautiful viewers have sent me. They send me from gifts from all over the world. And you know what? It's time to open up. I've got like maybe 5 packages, and I know one of them has an expiration date, so I got to get it open as soon as I can. So here we are. Let's do a little mail time. It won't be long, so let's see what we got. So our first package for today is from Joel from the state of Connecticut. And if I know very well, Joe has sent us the same packages before with donuts, so I gotta check the expiration date. And he's always sent us donuts, and you know, you can't let them sit around for a long time, so we gotta consume them. So let's see what we got. Oh, we got some more coffee. Here we go. Donut Delight. Perfect. More coffee. We need a lot of coffee here. Really good. Okay. And of course, there they are. There they go. Donut Delight, you guys.
Sadly, this latest shipment of donuts from Joe got a little smashed up in the mail, but it's the thought that counts.
Oh, I even got my own thermos. Wow, check it out. Nice, very nice. Thank you, Joe. Thank you very much. Okay, the next one is from Jack Newman. It's not a package, it's an envelope. Okay, I guess it's a letter. So let's open it up.
Where's Jack Newman from, Nick?
Jack Newman is from Kansas City, home of the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes. The leader in Hemi parts, early Hemi parts development. All hotheads manufactured parts are made in the USA. Over 4 address. Okay, let's see what we got. Hotheads Research and Racing. Hope this will help you for parts for the 354 Chrysler Hemi you dismantled for the rebuild. You have 2 of them. Thank you, Jack. Well, it's a good contact. You know, I'm working on a 54 Hemi. I've waiting for my client to bring in a few more parts, and if he doesn't get them all, I guess I'm gonna have to get in contact with these guys to get the balance of the parts. And it is a 1954 Chrysler Hemi. And Jack, I wanted to say that was good stuff, good info you sent me, and thank you. So if my client doesn't have all the parts, that's the place to look for it. Thank you, sir. And the next one, here we go. Another one from the USA, and this one is from Eugene. Oh, Eugene Castles. Okay, Eugene. And this is from Texas. Okay, Eugene. You know, Eugene is the man with the Charger 500, 1969, that is brought here a couple of years ago and waiting on delivery this summer. So right now, he's sending me a gift. Let's see what we got. Okay, Eugene. Let's take a look. First of all, we take the letters. We save them all. And here we go. Dear Nick, I hope that you are doing fine and that the weather is finally starting to get a little better. It's a lot better today, let me tell you. I know from over the past conversations that you have earned membership in the club many times over the years. I have done this many times myself, so please wear the t-shirts proudly and put the stickers where they can be seen. Your Hellcat definitely needs one. I'm looking forward to meeting you in person and getting the 500 back in Texas, and that I get the first drive. Take care, Nick, and say hi to the rest of the crew for me. I love your YouTube channel, which is the best on automotive show, hands down. And you too, Nick. Best regards, Eugene. Thank you, Eugene. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see what we got here. Here we go. There it is. 150 mile per hour club. Yep, this is perfect. 150 mile per hour club. This is great. This is really good. That is cool. I don't have this one, that's for sure. Wow, 150 plus.
Awarded to those who have successfully achieved or exceeded 150 miles per hour on a public road through flagrant disregard of the posted speed limit or public safety.
Wow.
Or both.
Or both, eh? Okay, so we, this is an open highway, you guys. We have to go on the Autobahn in Germany to do this. Yeah, it sure brings me back some time back then when I did it. But I won't do it again. So you guys, drive safe. And don't try this at home, kids. But anyways, this is great. Thank you, Eugene. I'll post them up in my, of course, in my engine room. I'll be more than proud to wear it. Thank you, Eugene. Thank you. And we saved the furthest for last. And this one is from Australia, Victoria, Australia. Our good buddy Louis. Okay, Louis, see what you sent us here. Okay, here we are. Okay, we got a lot to read here. Okay.
A few minutes later.
Okay, Louis, I just read your letter. I see it's getting rare in Australia. So you sent me the bottle, and Louis calls this Melbourne tap water. I guess this is the last we're ever gonna get from Australia. And Louis, you know the party's coming up. I know you can't make it here, but in spirit you'll be here. I'm gonna take a shot of that I'm gonna celebrate on our June 3rd party here in the shop and coming this summer. So, and of course you sent us also some Blue Rock, which made Melbourne, Australia. And they call this the Blue Stone. Never heard of the Blue Stone. What is it? I've never seen this before, the Blue Stone. So this is from Australia. Wow, so this is part of Australia in my shop. This is cool. I've never had anything like it. Okay, these are Lucas stickers. We have some of these already. Northern Muscle Car Club, South Australia, from Melbourne, Australia. Louis, thank you very much. I'm gonna save this for the party, and of course for a few good viewers, and of course a lot of friends that I'm gonna have here in the party. Thank you, Louis, and And I want to thank everybody else here watching us here on Nick's Garage. I appreciate everything that you guys done for me, sent to me, subscribe to my channel, and of course for everything else. So you guys, thank you. And of course I love all of you guys, and thank you for watching us here on Nick's Garage. And you guys, if you look down below the video, we have a whole bunch of merchandise that you guys can buy. So whatever you like, buy it, love it, wear it, and enjoy it. And help spread the word of Nick's Garage. And if you have some time, check out our Patreon page. We have extra content and you guys can watch it and take it from there. And we'll see you next time.